to order.
Jenkins?
Yep.
Harden?
Yep.
Vaughn?
Yep.
McKinley? Pearl?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing that we have on our agenda this evening is section 1, the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll second. Call it.
Jenkins?
Yes.
Harden?
Yes.
Vaughn?
Yes.
McKinley?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And then that will move us to section 3, new business.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 944, authorizing the execution of the IMLRMA minimum maximum contribution agreement.
I'll second it. Discussion?
This is obviously our insurance coverage, liability coverage, and vehicle coverage that we do every year. If we do it in one lump sum, there is a savings to us instead of making to break it down into 2 payments. So the thought process was, since it is obviously budgeted, and since there was not an increase, to go ahead and do it in the 1 payment.
Sounds smart.
No problem. Call it.
Harden?
Yes.
Vaughn?
Yes.
McKinley?
Yes.
Jenkins?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And that moves to section 4, other items, the city manager's report.
Been a pretty quick 2 weeks, not a whole lot of stuff going on, but we did receive a quit claim deed for one of the lots over here on the southwest corner of the square. Still waiting on the second one to come through.
And what's the second one?
The second one, we received the for the outside lot. Now we're waiting on the inside lot going southward.
What are they, with what, 50 footers?
How wide's the lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's approximate.
Do we have any timeline or any?
No, I communicated with a law firm down in Carbondale that's working on it, and they tell me, just got to be patient. It should come through. So, and we're not paying for that law firm to handle it, so that was part of the deal when we submitted those bids. We did receive the quitclaim deed on the property at 502 East Richardson. That's both of those deeds have been placed on file by the clerk down at the courthouse.
Why is that from the Church of God? Do they own the house?
Yes, they did. That house was willed to them. Instead of allowing it to go into foreclosure, they got the property. Supposedly they were going to rehab it, but obviously that became an issue. So, so that's ours now. So we'll have to come up with a plan on what we want to do with it here in the future. We're still working on the South John Street location. The city attorney did send a notice to them. We've got a copy of that notice here in the office. As you see, that the street department was able to secure some road salt, a smaller contract this year. Usually we're able to get up to 50 tons of road salt every year. Some communities aren't being allotted any. And you also see that the price went up from $136 per ton from the $63. So I mean, it's pretty well doubled there. The light plant, we've done some interviews for a possible position that's we're having to look at, and the light plant did run the other day. They ran number 5 the other day. It was routine maintenance and one of our runs with the IMEA.
Why are they looking for somebody?
We have somebody that has some health issues, and so we're planning for the future. So we started some interviewing. I can give you some more on that later if you'd like. Water department, we're going to have Western Avenue. There's always an issue down there on Western Avenue, so we're going to have that jet clean, and going to send a camera down the Richardson Street sewer, checking some of the sewer taps down through there, since we're going to be doing, hopefully, that water main extension that had been okayed earlier. And Ted Reynolds, Calvin has gotten a hold of Ted and he's actually supposed to start installing fire hydrants tomorrow. That's obviously going to be dependent on the weather. Heartland Bank did give us $200. When I wrote this, we hadn't received it yet. The check came in the mail today and was gladly redeposited back down to Heartland Bank. But they gave us $200 for some lights to be used down on Main Street, trying to make Main Street hopefully look a little bit cheerier this Christmas season. I have had an email conversation with Stuart Drake, starting that conversation back up again about getting that sidewalk out there in those fields. It was a lengthy email, but anyway, so we're still working on that. And you see here that when we had the strong winds a week and a half ago, and it might have even been during this meeting on that particular Monday, some of the brick had come off the old Journal building over here. So we got a hold of Prosper while he was still here in town, had emergency repairs made. So I've contacted the city attorney about the process to be able to put a lien against that property so we can get that money back. So that's where we're at.
Any questions to the city manager and his report?
Just, is he done that on the Prosper? Is he done up
No.
here? Is
Now,
still-
with
that's what we're
the
working
very cold weather, it's kind
Sure.
of hard to be working with the mortar. So
on.
he's waiting for some warmer days to come back. You'll see the bricks that he's got to stick in there.
Okay. I didn't know if
No,
it was
he's not
done.
And we took him off our wall to get this fixed over
Sure,
here,
yeah,
because this was an
Just
emergency.
curious. Okay.
So,
The 502 East Richardson Street, so that is ours now. The back door was gone.
it's fastened shut.
Okay, I was gonna say it's buttoned up, right?
It
We're not
is-
having the same
It is
issues.
secured,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Thank you.
You have to force the door open, break the window out or whatever to get into it.
Okay.
I don't know why anybody would want to get in.
Right, but I knew it
Is
was
the
open
property
before.
salvageable?
Why do we think it's, what are we gonna do with it? What do you think you wanna do with it? We're gonna tell you what to do with it, but what do you think you wanna do with it?
I would offer it to anybody at a very low price. They clean it up, they clean the lot, and we relinquish it. I mean, I've heard before we don't want to get the real estate business, and that's not what we were trying to do. But, somebody wants to put something in there, let's get rid of it. I mean, we don't have a lot of money invested in it as far as our cost with the city attorney. So it's not like we've got, big bucks in it. Maybe one of the neighbors wants a larger yard. Maybe both of them would want a larger yard. You could split it down the middle. So it's really kind of your guys' call from that standpoint what you'd like to do with it. But to me, you get rid of an eyesore, cut somebody a deal.
I think they'll check with both landlords, see if they want to expand their yard.
Was it salvageable, the house, or is
No,
it has to come down?
How's it zoned?
that's residential through there. I have had somebody ask about it, and I told them that what I just told you guys, that would be a possibility, but until, really got feedback.
They were looking at it for,
Tearing it down.
to take the land, okay, to build something that back, or just take it alone?
I'm not sure.
But it's getting at looking.
If it's, quite frankly, if it's gone, then that's an improvement right
Yeah.
there.
Well, the house on Allen Street
Well,
is,
the other thing too is, I think that piece of property, we do let it go, and they wanna tear it down, that's fine, but they've gotta put something back. Maybe it's not bringing much in the tax rolls, but we've got enough houses that have been torn down and moved, and we've lost a lot of revenue right there, so I think something needs to be, maybe a stipulation that you're gonna build back. And
I think I agree with that. I think we need more structures.
we need
in
to
the
improve
community
properties in
than-
this town,
oh, I agree.
Good area of town to
But
start
if we
with.
put too big a stipulation in, all we're gonna have is an old building sitting there, because they're not gonna put that kind of money in there.
Well, I think that we should be willing to give a really good deal to somebody who needs to, is gonna put a nice little property there, so.
That's why I say we don't wanna put too,
Now,
It's I can't tell you the lot dimensions, but you can drive by and look, because there's a privacy fence on one side and a well-mowed yard on the other. It's a very narrow yard through there. So
It's probably got a 50, 60-foot lot wide, about 100 deep, that's what they usually were around town.
50 would probably be put in there.
No, I bet these are 50. A lot of them are 50 somewhere now. Everyone I've lived into has been 50 or 50 to 70 foot.
Any other questions or comments to the city manager's report? Any non-agenda items in other business? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All,
Vaughn,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
Jenkins,
yes?
Harden,
Yes.
motion carries.
I'll talk to you.
Yes, sir.